I am trying to adjust to new glasses, so there's that. Welcome, guys. Probably, as far as viewers go, the worst time to be filming this live because another channel is also doing a live run through of Waterloo via digital format. Watched a little of that and had already had this set up and thought, well, maybe I'm a little more motivated than I was to roll through this. And I've already lied to you guys. How so, you ask, and why? Well, I said this would be strictly by the book, and it is, although the victory conditions have been amended. I don't know how I feel about victory banners for victory conditions in commands and colors. It's a little weird to me because you can have attrition with each unit such that I could have every unit on here down to one strength, which would amount to no victory banners for the other side because the unit hadn't been eliminated. So what I have done is counted for each side, each strength point for the entire nationality. Divide that in half, and that's your morale for the game. So for the French, that would be 36. And for the British, 38. So relatively balanced, although you could argue being holed up in near fortification-like hexes kind of tips the balance. But anyway, other than that, everything will be played the way it's supposed to be played. I'm kind of drained on the keeping track of off-the-hip rules and such. And not that it isn't fun, but I'm just going to give myself a break from that. And again, with the minimalist setup, these pieces are from Napoleon's Triumph and Bonaparte at Marengo. The geometric-looking woods are from Perry Miniatures Travel Battle, and the houses as well are from Perry Miniatures Travel Battle. As always, the hexes from our fine friends at Callistra. So, assuming everyone can hear, if not, please post below. French go first. So each side gets 6 command cards. So what do we have here? Attack center. I don't know if you can see this or not. Attack center. And I won't do this every time, but leadership, assault left flank, first strike, forward, scout center. I think we should start with a bang. So let's roll with this forward card here. That puts 2 in the left, 2 in the center, and 2 on the right. I need to mark my boundaries since I'm playing it this way. 1, 2, 3, 4. Right here. And 1, 2, 3, 4 right here. Boundaries marked. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Really? 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3. Well, geez, if you could learn to count. And then 1, 2, 3, 4. I thought I had done this whole board wrong for a second. Unit identification is here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Although you may and should notice that there's at least at the surface, distinct markings as such. If you note the position of the unit within a hex, that is partially how I'm identifying unit types. So obviously the unit symbols on the front block let me know if it's infantry and even more light infantry, rifles, guard units. Anything beyond that, the position laterally lets me know that's, for instance, this guy's hugging the right side. That lets me know he's young guard. The artillery here is hugging the left side, guard foot artillery, and old guard in the center. And then we had something else I thought was similar for the British. So there's that. All right. 2 on the right, we've got light infantry, which can go 3. Let's get this guy going. As I say, in light cavalry. One to three and not battle. Let's see, one. I don't want to do anything with him yet. He's just fine there for now. And then line infantry, just one, right? One in battle. So we'll move him up here. And same here. Then two in the center. We need to move him up. We need to move him up. Two on the left. We'll start this. So also I should add Laissant, Papelet Farm, Hougoumont. 3 farms. One arguably more famous than the other two. So this should be light infantry. And it is 1 in battle, 2 in not battle. But if you hit woods, you need to stop immediately. Yeah. So I could go 1, 2, and then I have to stop. And then put this guy here. Moving ranged fire. Right, well, no, you have to conduct melee now. Let me verify that. Yeah, that's going to be... I'm trying to go by the book here, so that's why I want to make sure I'm doing everything correctly. Yeah, okay. So I cannot fire if I'm adjacent. I have to use melee, if I so choose. So he'll go into that one. Let's have these guys to mark that. So this is our first melee attack into Hougoumont Farm. Does that farmhouse have church and walled farm infantry effects -2? Okay, so light infantry, melee, 4 dice, but drops to 2 because of the farm. So again, fortress-like farm. We get 2 hits for our trouble. Pull them out. Boom, boom. That drops the British morale from a, what did I say, 38 to a 36. And they battle back, battling into the woods. Costs them -1. That is, let me make sure. Yeah, British light infantry. So what are we looking at here, folks? So infantry, melee. Not good. They've got 5 dice they can roll, drops to 4 because of the woods. But wait, you ask. It's only 3 strength, which is important to remember. So that's actually going to drop to 2 dice, so not as bad. 2 dice, and they get 2 hits of their own. Even exchange there. Drops the French morale from a 36 to a 34. British still have the lead via morale. Then we go to British turn. What options are they afforded? Scout right flank. Probe center. Attack left flank. Probe left flank. Lots of probing and scouting. Attack right flank and probe right flank. So I'm going to go with one of these 2 cards. Not sure which one. What if we go with this one? Draw a new card. That allows an immediate continuation here at Hougoumont Farm. 2 dice versus 2 dice. So British first. They get a hit and reroll that. Another hit. Can you believe that? That unit's gone. We lost a whole French light infantry unit there. They can't battle back because they were decimated. French morale now 32. And then what do we want to do here? That is, they say Portuguese, but that's just because they want to use the Portuguese blocks. But that's actually going to be, let's see, if I just move them up 1, that'll be 2. Artillery happy there? I think they are. What do we got here? Guard Grenadiers? Only move 1. So they'll just move up here. All right, that's the British turn. Back to the French. Options. We have first strike, assault left flank, leadership, attack center, scout center, and probe left flank. And as you may notice, I'm not even using the solo rules that came out later. I'm just playing the game the way, right out of the box. Let's do 3 in the center, I think, huh? Let's roll with that. Again, each side gets 6 cards. So 3 at the center. They'll allow us to move off the ridge here. 1 there. We can do moving range fire. Not sure if it'll do any good. Here, moving range fire. Maybe we should fire artillery, eh? Let's start with the artillery here. Though, nope, I can't. He's not. Yeah, I can. Okay. Foot artillery, 3 hex range, full strength, 2 dice, but then it drops. Hold on, artillery farm. -1, so it's going to be 1 die into the farm. And we're going to want 1s or 2s. We get a hit. These dice have been something, I tell you. I just found them buried amongst a bevy of dice. And they've been very kind with results. So there's a hit. This is Layson farmhouse. Drops British morale from 36 to 35. There we go. And then our moving ranged French line infantry. Do they have anything they can do here? 2 dice, but the farm subtracts 2 dice. So that's a negative. Going to need to get in closer there. All right. British turn. Probe left flank. Probe center. Probe right flank. Lots of probing. Scout right flank. Attack left flank. Attack right flank. I'm going to go with attack right flank. Here again. So that'll be 1, 2, 3, and done. 3 and done. French scout center. Here's that first strike again, which I'll probably never use. Assault left flank, maybe. Probe left flank. Leadership. Probe center. Let's do this one here. What is this one here? This is order a number of units or leaders on the left flank equal to command. So that'll be 6 of them. There'll be 1 here. There's 1. We'll have moving range fire. Horse artillery 1 in battle, yes. Yep. This will be 1. That'll be 2. Well, maybe that wasn't such a good idea. 3. I don't even have 6 units over here. And then light cavalry. 1, 2. Let's put them here. But we do have fire to resolve. More melee here. Let's keep feeding French into the Hougoumont meat grinder. 1, 2, 3, 4 strength is 5. Drops to 3. Why did I say that was 2 before? Because I was looking at the wrong chart. It's actually 3. Because they're battling against other infantry. In melee, it's 5. Minus 2 makes 3. Don't know where. We have a flag which can be ignored and 1 hit. So there's another chipping away here. That drops them to 2 strength. Morale now 34. Battling back with, that is British light infantry. 2 strength, now down to 2 dice. So still 2 dice. But Into the Woods makes 1 die. And they did not get a hit this time. That brings us to the French artillery. Horse artillery. Moving range fire. Full strength. 2x range. Two dice. Minus 1 for the farm is 1 die. And we got a flag, which again can be ignored. Okay. Back to the British. This should take about an hour, roughly. We'll see. Maybe not. Scout right flank still. Probe right flank. Probe center. Maybe we'll do some probing. Probe left flank. Now attack left flank. And scout left flank. Let's wake up a sleeping flank here for the British. And do the attack left flank here. 3 units. We'll activate. We'll move him up. That'll be 1. 2. And we'll leave him there. This will be a long shot, figuratively and literally. 1, 2, 3, 4 for British foot. 1 die. Let's give it a shot. We got a flag that can be ignored, so nothing going on. Back to the French. First strike. Probe center. Leadership issue in order to all leaders when a leader is attached to a unit. We'll only have 2 leaders attached to a unit, so we need to wait on that. Probe left flank. You know, I'm liking the action on the left flank here for the French, so let's go with that. 2 units. Guess who they'll be? The line infantry here in the woods conducting melee. Still full strength, yeah. 5, so we're down to 3 dice, as usual. We got 1 hit. Cool beans. British morale now 33. French standing firm at 32. So leveling out and then battling back with 1 die, but it's canceled out because of the woods. But I say a minimum of 1 die can be rolled. They're not going to stand there and do nothing. And they get a hit. That drops the French to 31. So very close, very even so far. And then the artillery here was the other one. Yes. 1, 2 X's away. That is horse artillery, standing ranged fire this time. 2x range is still just 2 dice. It's not very good. So just 1 die there. Yeah, I got nothing. Okay. So be it. British options. Scout the right flank. Probe the right flank. Scout the left flank. Probe the left flank. That's since a theme. Probe center. Attack left flank. Let's do attack left flank. Allowing us to activate 3 units over yonder. That'll be 1. Two. I mean, he's already out here. Let's put him up here and conduct moving range fire. Who is that? That is Portuguese line. Moving range fire, full strength. 2 dice. No, 1 die. I'm sorry. Not sorry. 1 die coming in here. Gets nothing. Back to the French. Still that leadership card. Probe center. Still the first strike card. So they're kind of clogging me up since I'm not using these. I'm stuck with them. I'm really only shuffling through 4 cards here. Scout center. Probe the center. Probe the right flank. I'm going to do probe the center. So 2 units in the center. That's not the center. He could fire. What do you say? Fire this way, and then let's start whittling away at Laysan. All right, there's our first unit that is moved in within attacking position of Laysan. Let's start there. That's just your normal French line infantry battling other infantry would typically get 5 dice, -2 for the farm, drops to 3 dice. Oh, not bad. 2 hits. Not bad at all. In fact, that felt a little too easy. British morale, 33 to 31. French morale standing firm at 31. British battle back, 1 die. And there's a flag which pushes him back. He cannot ignore that flag. So there's that. And then what else? Fire here. Full strength French line on a hill. Sing it. 4 dice. Nothing. It's just 4 dice. So 4 dice. 1s and 2s, please. Whoa, look at that. 3 hits. Just shaved off 3 of them. 27, 28. So that's going to be 28. 28 it is. British morale has now dropped below the French by 2 points. Started out fairly far above it. French now in the lead with that. British turn. Probe center, probe left flank, scout left flank, probe right flank, scout right flank, attack center. You know what they're going to do, right? They're going big or going home. So attack center. 3 units in the center. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's go ahead and fire that artillery. That'll be 1. Let's move him up. That'll be 2. And move him up because, I mean, you just gotta. So 1, 2, 3 hex range. That is British Foot Artillery. 3 hex range, full strength. 2 dice. Let's see what happens here. Anything? Yep, we got a hit. 30. French morale now 30. British morale, again, 28. French turn. That was 1, 2, 3, 4, 6. Probe right flank. Probe center. Scout center. Did we get anything new here? Ooh, we got a rally card. That's our new card. Roll battle dice equal to command. For each symbol, roll 1 block of this type is returned to any other thing. Let's save this. I don't want to keep saying that. That'll be more beneficial the more we need it, if that makes sense. 1, 2. So let's do 2 on the right here. 2 on the right. All right, there's Papalet Farm being attacked. What excitement. Let's fire here, though, first. And then we'll worry about Papalet Farm. Small ones, thank you. Again, these markers, red arrows are from some weird Risk game from back in the day. 4 dice going in here. French line infantry, standing range fire. Give me, yes, there's another 28 becomes 27. British morale. When it gets to 0, that's the end of the game. Well, that would be 5 dice, but again, farm, 3 dice. 2 hits. I'm telling you, these dice, there's something with these dice. They're just hit happy. Bloodthirsty dice. Knocks out 2 of them, leaving 1 in play. They battle back, but once again, we drop this from a 27 to a 25. See how fast it's dropping? And they battle back with, that's light infantry. British light infantry, 1 strength is just 1 die. Probably be a hit, and it is not. But they got to push back. Retreat 1 hex for their trouble. And the British. So, the British. What we got with the British? Probe right flank. Probe left flank. Probe the center. Scout the left flank. Scout the right flank. Attack center. Right? I mean, am I wrong? Attack the center. British. 3. We're going to keep him here to reinforce Laissant once this guy is knocked out. So let's leave him there. This is the rifles in the sand pit. Kind of like that, the way it is. Artillery, what did I say? 3 in the center. So let's fire artillery. What else is the point of having it? You don't use it, you lose it. And so again, do I hang out on the ridge for a defensive bonus and wait? Or do I move up? I think I'm going to hang and wait, which is not as exciting as we might want it to be. This is heavy cavalry. No, that's guard heavy cavalry. Wow, okay, guard heavy cavalry, still only 2. We'll put them right here. There's our 3 at the center. Let's resolve the artillery fire here. 1, 2, 3x range. British foot. 2 dice coming in here. I bet they're both hits. I bet neither one of them are hits. How about that? French. Scout the center. Probe the. Look, I turn them this way. You can maybe just look at the arrows. Probe the center. Rally, first strike, leadership, force march. We're doing force march here. Controversial card. Won't go into why. Issue an order to all infantry units in one section. It's going to be this section, eh? Units, let's see, blah, 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 blah. An infantry unit with an attached leader may move up to 2 hexes in battle. Other infantry units may hold, move 1 hex in battle, or may move 2 hexes and not battle. So who can move 2 and battle? Light, grenadier, guard, infantry, and units with an attached leader. So he could move 1, 2, and battle. According to my math. How many of these doodads get to do this? All of them. All of them. 1 hex in battle. Well, I mean, I think Laissant's about to fall here. It didn't take long either. It did not take long. Two and not battle. This is old guard. What is old guard? They can move 2. Down here. I think that covered it, yes. Okay. And that gives us, so let's start here. Anything, any bonuses? No. Just the move bonus. All right, so line infantry firing would be 4. However, we're firing uphill, so that's 3. And there's your hill modifier. Yeah. So 3 dice coming in here. And that is, yeah, okay. Nothing. Cool. Appreciate that. Line infantry, French 3 strength. The melee is 4 dice. Drops to 2 dice for the farm. 2 6s can. How many 6s can be ignored here on this farm? One of them can be ignored. Uh-oh, we got a problem here. No, we don't. We have 2 adjacent friendly, so that kills the other flag. Flags are retreats. He battles back with 1 die. Gets a hit. Bless his heart. Hang tight. 30 drops French to 29. One, two, three. It's going to be 5 dice. Dropping to 3. Should sound familiar. And yeah, he's done. Now I think 25 to 24. I can take ground and move into Laissant with this unit. Can I not? I mean, I know I can. Taking ground. Never mandatory. It remains the attacking player's choice. I don't see anything that says I can't. So, there we go. We have Frenchies in Laissant. Stone the crows. The hell is frozen over. I've destroyed this farm. All right, so there we go. Looks weird, huh? Is there there is. Special rules. Counts as a victory banner for taking that. Now, how does that factor into the way I'm doing with morale points? We'll worry about that later. But that once we get lower in our morale for the British, we'll start factoring in what that might mean. Plus, there's no guarantee they stay here for the duration of the game, so we'll just hold tight on that. Back to the British. Very cool, though. French taking the Laissant. Hougoumant's about to fall. There's not much propping up Papelet here. So I don't know. British need to Reinforce that stuff. Speaking of the British, probe left flank. Probe center. Probe the right flank. Scout the left flank. Scout the right flank. Assault the right flank. I feel like we need to do something drastic here to regain the initiative on this flank. So let's go ahead and assault the right flank. We can get up to 6 units ordered here. So we'll go 1, and he can melee. And then, what the hell is this? That is Guard Grenadiers, yes. He could do moving range fire. What else? That's 2. 3, and that's about all we can do, which is not bad. Let's go ahead and fire here first. That is, as mentioned, Guard Grenadiers, British Guard Grenadiers. And they will do moving range fire 4 dice. Pretty good. Into here. And they will get, surprisingly, 1 stinking hit. But that drops the French morale from 29 to 28. And then we have this unit here. Right side, British right side. Portuguese. So that's melee, yeah. 4 dice drops to 3 because of the woods. Oh, we got 2 hits. And a flag. Oh no. Flag can be ignored because of the leader, but the 2 hits cannot. 28 to 26 now. We'll battle back with 1 die. And get a hit. He's done. British morale now 23 to the French. Wow, 26, really? Amazing. French response. Probe the center. Scout the center. It's our rally, first strike, leadership, fire and hold. We're going to have to start using some of these cards here. And that said, I don't. I use probe center, which is 2 in the center. Let's go with the folks in Liaison and these guys here. No, let's not. Let's move him up. These are the old guard. So we'll move them up. And melee here, so 5 dice. That really is 5 dice. They're not in cover or anything, so double check. Yeah. 5 dice. We get 1, 2, 3, 4 hits. Gone. No battle back. Do not pass go. Now they're 20, 19. 19. Where's the 9? Here we go. British morale now 19. French are getting some hellacious rolls here. Their morale is still sitting at 26. British, gotta do something here. Scout the right flank. Scout the left flank. Probe the center. Probe the right flank. Probe the left flank. Whoa, look at this guy. Attack the flank. So each flank can activate 2 units. Let's do that, shall we? 3 units. Well, we'll move him up here. The right flank. We're going to fire with him. That'll be 5 dice. Look at that. Might be something here. Might be something here. In fact, it is with 3 hits. The flag can be ignored because they have an attached leader. French morale drops from a 26 to a 23, just like that. He's gone. So that's our 2 on there. And then the 2 over here. Let's try and finish this bastard off. Portuguese line. Melee is 4 dice, drops to 3 dice. This guy. Same deal here. 3 dice. What do we get? We got nothing. Battling back. 1 die. 1 hit. 19 becomes 18. I feel like the British are dropping very quickly. Guard Grenadiers may have something to say about that. Maybe not. Standing range fire. I feel like I messed this up last time. It should have been 6. What is 6? Right into here. Double check. It is 6. 6 of these babies. There's a hit. And there's a hit. So I'm not amazed. I thought I'd get but 2 hits. So 2 gone. 23 becomes 21 to the British 18. So British caught up a little bit there. French turn. Maybe we can rally now. What do you think? Roll battle dice equal to command, the number in your hand. So that's going to be 6 dice. For each symbol rolled, 1 block of this type is returned to any understrength unit anywhere on the battlefield. What did we get? We got an infantry and an infantry, 2 cavalry. I don't think we have any understrength cavalry, so we chuck those. We do have 2 infantry we can benefit from, and I'll tell you what, right now, we'll put 1 here and 1 here. And then we have 5 and a 6. So we do nothing with those, I guess. It doesn't say they don't represent a particular unit type. So that's that. All right, and then British. Is it too early to call it? I think the French have the slight advantage at this point. You could argue they don't. Probe left flank, probe center. Probe right flank, scout left flank, scout right flank. Recon and force. Don't mind if I do. Recon and force. 3 units, 1 in each section. We can fire with this doodad here. It'll be that section. We can fire with this feller here. Finish him off. And wow, these guys are just a powerhouse. Let's start with them, in fact. That's 6 dice, just like it was always. Can you believe it now that I said that? They did absolutely nothing other than push them back 1x. Boo hiss. Boo hiss. Oh, back hurts. That should be 5 dice. British line, standing range fire, and it is. 3, 4, 5. What do you got? I thought he could hang on. He did not. So he's gone. French morale now 20 to the British 18. What happened to this leader who lost? You take a leader loss check, right? He could potentially be gone. Was oh Lord. Actually, when he's attached to a unit that you loses even one or more, the chance that the leader may also be hit. We're rolling two bells, so 2 5s, and he's gone. So anytime a leader's attached to a unit and they take any number of hits, I need to be dealing with, and he's fine. But what happens to him otherwise? Seriously? Okay. Attached leader's unit eliminated. What are you talking about here? So I need to retreat from that hex, but it says 1, 2, or 3 hexes. What determines that? What determines whether it's 1, 2, or 3? I'm going to make it random. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 1 or 2, it's a 1 hex, etc. 1, 2, 3, 4, it's 2 hexes. That's fine. He'll retreat right there. Okay. British, or French rather. So we got rid of one of those waste of space cards. We still have 3, 4, or 5 of these guys now. Look at this. We do have a cavalry charge. Now, that is not a waste of space. We can do something with that. First strike is arguable. Bayonet charge, we can do something with that. Leadership is arguable. Fire and hold, well, I do something with that. Or this piddly, poor, measly scout center card. I'm going to see about bayonet charge, and here's why. Because we could potentially take Hougoumont Farm with this card, and we get a +1. 4 units may move 2 hexes and still battle in melee. Issue to 4 or fewer. Okay. So that means we can move this guy and still battle. No, that's cavalry. Calm down. 2 hexes, 1, 2. So that means this guy. So 1, 2, 3. Do we do that? Yeah, we do. We do this. 4. There's our 4 moving from left to right. Let's start here. French line, 2 strength is 3 dice, but ye old farm drops it to 1 die. And guess what? It's a hit. It is not the British day. Hougoumont Farm has just fallen, as has Laissant, as has their morale, which is now 17. The French are making this look easy. All too easy. Leader moves with them. Done there. And then we have a 2 strength line infantry unit. That will be 3 dice. Wow. Unprecedented 2 hits. Gone. 17 becomes a 15. These dice are just hungry. They just eat hits. They're done. They can't battle back because they were eliminated. But I'm going to take ground and move into the woods there. And then that leaves attacking out of Laissant into the sand pit against the rifles. British rifles here. That is technically infantry, so 5 dice, but what does the sand pit provide? stinking sand pit. Battling into, what is this? Melee effect. I don't know what that second. I'm going to give them that one modifier. So it'll be 4 dice. We do get 1 hit and a flag. Move that. 15 now, 14 for British morale. What's up with that flag? Do they retreat? Do the rifles, can they ignore anything? No, they cannot. No, they have to retreat from the sand pit, so everything's falling apart for the British here. They can't battle back either because they retreated. And then here, 5 dice. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Not into the farm, or should I do it into the... Yep, let's go into the farm here. This is Populette Farm. 5 dice drops to 3 dice. Just need 1 hit, and I get it. Guess what? All 3 farms have now fallen to the French. I don't know what the British... I guess try and retake the farms. That is a full-strength French line unit in Populette Farm. Akin to the full-strength line unit in Laysan. That's going to be really tough to win those back as the British. Doesn't that drop that to a 13? Did I fail to do that? I'm pretty sure I failed to do that. That was bayonet charge. French still have a morale of 20. Almost double the morale of the British at this point. And they control all 3 farms. British, probe left flank, scout right flank, scout left flank, probe right flank, probe the center, and probe the right flank. Let's get rid of these guys and decide which one of those we want to use. I think the most likely farm we could start with to take back would be this one. So let's go with this card here, which states probe left flank. That's 2. All right, here's what we're going to do. We're going to fire at the farm there with artillery and attack it here and see what happens. Artillery first, 1, 2, 3 hex range. British foot artillery, 3 hex range, full strength. What did I say? 1, 2, 3 hex range. 2 dice drops to 1 die because the farm is the farm, and got a flag that can be ignored. Okay, fine. And then the line unit there, 4 dice drops to 2 dice. Wow. All right. 2 hits. That's something. That is something. It's not nothing. French morale 18. It's getting close, guys. We're getting down to lower numbers here. French battle back with 3 dice. That's a nothing. We did get 2 flags. Let me double check that. Yeah, it was 3 dice. 2 flags, none of which can be ignored. So 1, 2. That was the end of that attempt. French. I feel like it's always been the French. Scout center, cavalry charge. Might be a good time for a cavalry charge. We've got light cavalry here that could attack the guard grenadiers. We've got heavy cavalry here out of range. Let's consider any other further I might do that. First strike, leadership, fire and hold. I like the fire and hold as well. I'm going to go ahead and do this cavalry charge thing and see what develops from that. So here we go. Light, cavalry, probably not much. We'll force them to form square, and in doing so, they lose one card from their hand. They'll battle first with one die. See if they can make the French go away. They did roll a 6. Is that a what happens? Bounce flag? Yep. Yep. They bounced. Cavalry retreat back, and they can not have to be in square anymore. So that was kind of a waste of time for the French. British turn. I wouldn't say the tide has turned, but scout left flank. Scout left flank. Probe the center. Probe the right. Probe the right. And scout right flank. I'm going with probe the right because I feel like that's where it's at. Although I have these guys sitting here, whatever. What do we want to do with the right? We want to move up for sure right here. Conduct melee into there. And we're firing here. So let's do this first. That is, we'll use this chart instead. We have to use the Portuguese chart, even though I know they're not Portuguese. I understand. Melee, 4 dice drops to 2 dice. 2 hits, 2 dice, 2 hits. They're gone. Look at that. They took Hougoumont back. Drops that from an 18 to a 16. Just like that, British are somewhat back in business with a full strength line unit now restocking Hougoumont Farm. Leader was in there with him, so leader casualty check. If we get 2 5s, he's gone. Rarely ever happens. It doesn't happen this time either. I'm just saying he pulls back 2 to there. 6 dice here, but we want 3s this time because we're firing a cavalry. We didn't get a single frickin' 3. We got 4 stinking flags. Now here's a question. Can you be pushed off the battlefield with flags? Is this a possibility? Retreats. So you terrain, you not return. You're still. Why does that not say that? Can I ignore any of those? Let's check that. Can light cavalry? No, I don't know. Okay, here's what happens. You don't retreat off the map, but so that was how many? Good Lord, 4 of them. 1, 2, they'll lose 2 strength points because they can't retreat any further, and there's 2 more retreats that needed to be satisfied. So now we're looking at a French morale of 14 to a British morale of 13. The British retook Hougoumont Farm. Pendulum swinging. Feels like the pendulum swinging. British turn, or sorry, French turn. Now here's the fire and hold card I was considering. We also have the attack center card, which is somewhat tempting. Let's see what fire and hold does for us. Issue order 4. Yeah, okay. Fire and hold it is. And we get a bonus attack die. 4 or fewer infantry and or artillery. May not be adjacent to enemy troops. Does that benefit us? 1 there. 2. 3. Okay, yeah, let's go ahead and do this. We can fire from Populette Farm there. We can fire from this artillery unit here into there. And we can fire from Lyson to there. Let's start here. That's going to be 2 dice. Drops to 1 die for the hill. We need a 3. We do not get a 3. Brings us to here. 1, 2, 3, 4. That is 4 dice. Again, since we're firing the cavalry, we want 3s. We get no 3s. Finally, artillery, 2x range. That is horse artillery. Yep, 2x range, standing ranged. 2 dice, but the farm drops to 1 die. We get nothing. So the French did absolutely zilch there. British turn. See if the British can pull this off. They have a morale of 13 now, and the French have a morale of 14. Again, once that reaches 0, we're done. Almost there. These cards don't do much. That's a stinking scout left flank. Probe center, probe right, scout right. Let's go where the action is. Let's go with attack right flank. And the momentum seems to be with the British in that respect. So let's continue in that same vein. We've got melee attack here. Oh, fire here. And melee here. All right. I think that's doable. That was 3, yes. So 1, 2, 3, 4 dice. No, that should be 5 dice into here. Looking for 4s. We did get 1 4, so that's 1 strength point gone. French morale now 13. Look at this nonsense. These guard grenadiers are going to throw 6 dice in melee as well. That guy's about to be melted. Too much heat. Yep, he's gone. Then there was 11. Morale is now 11. I'm going to go ahead and take ground. Put them in the woods there. British have shored up this position and retook Hougoumont Farm. They look pretty damn good right now on that flank. Do not look good at all in the center. And for that matter, could be doing better on the British left flank. So, French, you got to do something. You guys had it and you've kind of lost it. Let's go with attack center. That'll be 3 in the center. That can attack. Go figure. I'm not wasting my time firing at a cavalry anymore. That was junk. But here's a bold move. You ready for my bold move as the French? This full strength line unit's going to move out of Lyson, gasp, shudder, into the sand pit, and conduct melee against them. Meanwhile, but wait, this half-strength French line unit will retake Lyson and move in there. And moving range fire just for giggles. That's 2. And then he'll move up, moving range fire at artillery. So there's our 3. Come on, something's got to happen here. Let's start with this, the main event. 2, 3, it's 5 dice against the rifles. We get 1 hit, 2 hits. Rifles are gone. British morale now down to 11. That worked out nicely. Moving range fire here at cavalry. That's just 1 die. And we need to get a 3, so that's what, 16.66% chance. We didn't get it. Here, moving range fire. Full strength French line. 2 dice -1 for the hill. Needing a 4, 16.66 chance again. We got nothing. Actually, we got a flag. And I think he's pushed back, yeah? What button does a hill allow you to ignore? No, it does not. Yeah, he's pushed back. So not bad, not bad. So now we're standing with the British 11 morale factor and the French 11 morale factor. Neck and neck. French have 2 farms, British have 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. British attack center. Scout left flank. Scout the left flank. Probe the center. Probe the right flank. Scout the right flank. I'm looking for the highest number of units. And that means the attack center card is what we want. 3 units can. Oh, uh-oh. Check this out. We have canister fire here. So there's 1. What else do we have? Attack center. Let's pull him up. Do melee here. That's 2. Let's do him first. And then I'm going to have to push. Moving here. I'm doing moving range fire here. So there's melee there. Moving range fire here. Let's go ahead with this first. Moving range fire should be 2 dice into here. This is our old guard getting hit. Old guard took 1 hit. Drops their melee to 10. Their morale to 10. Canister fire here. British foot. Standing range fire is 4 dice. Sandpit do anything for us? It does. Drops to 3 dice. I guess cannon fires like sand. What do we get? 2 hits. Uh-oh. 10 now becomes an 8. They battle back with 2 dice. That becomes 3 dice. We want 4s, 5s. We got 1 hit. They're now down to 10. The British are in the lead again. We've got this here. Should be 4 dice -1. And it is. We got 1 hit. And a flag. French morale now 7. Cannot ignore the flag, so he has to retreat 1. Put him there. Cannot battle back since he retreated. British morale 10, French morale 7. British control 1 farm, the French control 2 farms. French response. So here's what we got, right? Assault right flank. That's the French coming this way, right? Assault right flank, probe right flank, probe left flank, scout the center, first strike, leadership. Leadership does not help us as much as we want it to. First strike, not going to help us. That scout center, not going to help us. I feel like the right flank, it's not going to help us anytime soon. We need more of an immediate aid, as the French saying with this. So that means probe right flank. I'm sorry, left flank, which will allow us to activate 2 units. But that was probably a bad choice as well because we don't even have hardly anything over here. I'm taking that back. That's terrible. That's even worse than. Put that back. We got to do something else. We'll have to do. That would have been just completely nonsense. I guess I'm gonna assault right flank. So that's six units that can do things. So 1, 2, 3, 4. That is horse. No, it's foot. 4. And we got this guy that can fire here. So that'll be 2 dice drops to 1. Oh, he did not get hit. Crap. Thought he did, didn't. So that didn't help. Didn't help. British, scout left flank. Scout left flank. Scout the right flank. Probe the right flank. Probe the center and counterattack. Why am I inclined to use this counterattack card? The counterattack card allows us to mirror what the French just did. So we can do 6 units on this side. And we shall do so. 1, melee into there and retake Papalet Farm, hopefully. Fire 2. Moving range fire here, that's 3. Cavalry charge. Nope, won't make it 2, that's 4. We could do something here. Right there. Ooh, cavalry versus cavalry. Okay, there's our choices. That's all we can do. Let's see if we can. Let's fire. I think that was moving range fire. 1, 2, 3, 4 would be not very good. 2 dice. 2 dice into here. Well, we got a hit still. French morale now down to 6. It's almost over, I think, for the French. I can find a stinking 6. Let's do our cavalry attack here. Light cavalry, British, 3 strength, which is full strength. It's 3 dice. We want 3s or 5s. We got 1 hit and a flag. French morale now 5. Can the French light cavalry ignore anything? No. So they push back and cannot battle back. Now, I believe this British cavalry can, and in fact they have to, they're impetuous based on their historical personality. Yeah. Must also advance 1 extra hex. And bonus combat. Is there any modifiers for bonus cavalry attack? Sure. Can't see it. Bonus attack. It's just the same thing. So, light cavalry, British, 3 dice still, yeah. So it's still just 3 dice. Here's our bonus attack on the French cavalry that retreated. 3s and 5s, nothing this time except for a flag, so they still can't battle back. That is done. British artillery here. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. I'm going to go for the more likely bloodshed, which would be here. British foot, 3 hex range, 2 full strength is 2 dice. And damn if I don't get a hit. Now we're looking at 4, a morale of 4 for the French to the British 10. The British have turned things around in a big way. Now we're going to go with 4 dice into Populate form. -2 makes 2 dice. Both of them hits. That guess what? They just retook Populate farm. This is history in the making. British have now retaken 2 of the 3 farms. French morale now 2. Almost over, guys. Almost over. French, what the hell else can they do at this point? They hold Les Saints, but to what end? Probe left flank? Nope. Probe right flank? Maybe. Scout the center? Nope. First strike? Nope. Leadership? Nope. Nope. But wait. No. This is a Legrand maneuver, which only aids in moving, and you might argue that could potentially help long term, but I don't know that I have time long term. Let's go with this. And that is our probe right flank, allows us to activate 2 units. Let's see what this guy can do battling back. This light cavalry unit, the weight of the world on their shoulders. 3 dice. No more blocks 3, 3 dice. 3 dice coming here. And what else? Fire here. What was that? 2 hits. Not bad, not bad. And a flag. That means that 10 becomes an 8. This is really coming down to the wire. And he cannot ignore that flag, so he goes back 1. I guess what? I'm going to do a bonus cavalry attack. So check this out. 3 more dice. Whoa, we got him. Knocked him out. Down to a 7. British morale now a 7. And the French down to a 2. Let's fire with these guys. 2 dice. Both hits. Wow. Now the British is down to a 5. British morale of 5. French morale of 2. British response. Scout on the left flank. No thanks. Scout on the left flank. Still no thanks. Probe the center. Possibly. Scout the right flank. Nope. Did I say scout? Yeah. No. And assault center. We are assaulting the center. Big push by the British. 6 units right down the center. I think this is going to be the end for the French. They made it close. But I think this is going to be it. We're going to have melee here. We're going to have melee here. That's probably going to do it there. Center. Fire here. That's on the right. We can do a cavalry charge here. We'll fire over the sand pit. All right, so let's do our cavalry charge. Yep. Let's do cavalry charge first. So that'll put him here. It's not as exciting as it sounds in this game. Essentially, each side rolls one die, so not a whole lot happens. But the French get to roll first. And they got a hit. Hanging tough, the French. Oh my God, the French. Drops them to a 4. And so there's that. And then they battle back with one die. Oh, didn't get a hit. This is crazy. British have a morale of 2. The French have a morale of 2. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4 dice there, right? Yes, 4 dice coming in here. This guy's about to be eliminated. And yeah, he's gone. French morale down to a 1. A 1. There you go. That was melee. If we move, no, we're staying there. And then now, to be fair, I had ordered them to conduct melee into here. Now, there's no longer anybody there to do so against. And you could say, oh, well, now let's change the order. But I'm not going to do that. I'm going to be fair and say they just, that's it. Because that was their order and the unit was eliminated. So, leaving it at that. French morale of 1, British morale of 2. That wasn't the end. Almost. The French don't have a lot of options here. Probe left flank, for God's sakes. Gets us nothing. Force march. Maybe. Yeah, that might. I think our only hope is going to be this force march card. All infantry units in one section. The most infantry we have is in the center. 2 X's. Let's see. Light. Do we have one? We got grenadier here. Guard. So they can move. Let's do this and do melee here. We only need 2 more to knock out 2 more British morale strength points. And I probably shouldn't be moving and conducting melee because it gives them a chance to battle back. But that's what the card dictates I have to do. So these guys are definitely staying here, but they can arc some musket fire over here at the cavalry. No, yeah, the cavalry. Why is that there? Did I not use that? I don't know. I might have forgotten to do the artillery there. Okay, so Old Guard, 3 strength. This could be it. That's British. Old Guard, 3 strength in melee is 5 dice. Can the Old Guard end it? Can the Old Guard end it? 5 dice. Nervousness. They did. They ended it. They got 2 hits. British morale is now 0. 0, but no 6s. Here's the weird thing. They can battle back. Even though, because this is simultaneous, right? 2 dice. They got 1 hit, dropping them to. They only had 1 to begin with. I don't know what to call this. So they conducted melee against each other. The British got knocked out. The French, they knocked each other out. So now it comes down to the farms. The British have 2 of the 3 farms. It's super close, but I'm going to give it to the British. Only because they retook 2 of the 3 farms. But yeah, that was way super closer than I would have ever imagined it would be. That's crazy. That was awesome. What is the timestamp? About an hour and 25 minutes. So using the straight commands and colors rules runs about 25 minutes, maybe about 15 minutes longer than my little homebrew stuff. That was a lot of fun. That was awesome. Had a blast doing that. That was really cool. All right, so what's next? And another. Oh, other than the, I don't know if you can see this. I'll move the camera here for a second. I get so excited, I'm sweating. My glasses are fogged up. So there's the, see these guys over here? Kind of point. That's for my back burner side project. It's going to be an abstract type board game deal. And then next on tap is, and this sounds, it's going to sound weird, but we have this, and I've blown this up. This is one of those postcard games. From what is this? From Turning Point Simulations. They have all kinds of different simple battles, but this is not actually as simple as it might first appear. So we're going to run this simulation. This is a battle of liaison, just the liaison battle. So I'm going to translate to this and give that a run. Other than that, I still have the squad leader set up. For those of you that have been following that, I haven't done much with it since the last video. It is still turn 1, waiting the Russian response. So there's that as well. The fact that I haven't taken it down yet lets me know that I'm probably still interested. All right, looks like I got something wrong. No, he is bolstered. What did I miss? Probably a number of things. Wardrobe was here, left his mark. I don't know how to fix that camera thing. It's when my hand or something comes, it readjusts the color. See, it's something. The color of my hand is making, and it's an automatic thing. And if I knew more what I was doing, I could turn that off so it wouldn't automatically try to color adjust. Wow, yeah, that's annoying, guys. I'll work on that. But all right, yeah. What is this, Saturday? Have a good Saturday night. That was awesome. That was probably one of the best Commands and Colors experiences I've had. That was really cool. I'll talk to you guys later. Take care.